A few days ago, I was working on my computer, editing a video, just minding my own business, when all of a sudden I got a message from my computer that I was completely out of memory. By the way, that's not me, that's actually Luis, but that's the only footage I had. For those that edit videos, I'm pretty sure you guys can relate to this. So this happens to me quite often. So the only thing I could do was to try to get rid of different documents that I had in my computer, just taking up some memory. And when all of a sudden I came across a PDF file, which was an actual invoice for the equipment and the materials that we bought a long time ago. That was the actual first investment. And that's the reason I'm making this video, because two of the questions that we get a lot is how much money did we invest in the equipment and the materials? And second, how long did it take us for us to become fully independent or to do this for a living? And that's what I'm gonna try to answer in this video. So let's get started. Now, when it comes to all the plotters, I've said it in the past. Well, let me actually give you information about the different plotters that we have. On my right-hand side, this one's my right, we have the Graphic CE 6060, which is a 24-inch vinyl cutter. Up here we have our cheapest vinyl cutter, which is the Cameo 4, the one we're gonna use for this video. And up here we have the same as the first one, except this one is only 15 inches. This one is the Graphic CE 6040. This one's a lot smaller than that one. But I've said it before that I consider this not the best investment. And I will explain to you a little bit more why or what I mean by that. So the invoice that I showed you included this vinyl cutter, not that heat press. It was a different heat press. It was actually a red heat press that we got with all the equipment. And I don't really regret having invested in all the material that we got, because we learned how to make rhinestones, how to use glitter, which we actually do. We make a few shirts with glitter. It's not our main product, but actually I'm glad that we invested in all of that, because we learned how to use that type of material. And right now we can offer those products if we wanted to. Right now our main focus, as you have already discovered, mainly working with decals for cars. So if we would change a couple things, instead of buying this vinyl cutter and getting all the materials, if we could go back in time, which we cannot do, I would either just save more money, get a Cameo 4, preferably the 24 inches. They have the Cameo 4 Pro, something like that. It's a lot bigger than this one, twice the size. It's actually the size of the CE 6060, which is 24 inches. You would invest about $500 compared to this one. This one is, I would say, a little bit over $1,200. So huge difference. So that's what I would do differently. Instead of investing those, I think it was like $3,800, close to $4,000, I would get a Cameo 4 Pro. If I couldn't wait, if I wanted to leave my job as soon as possible, which most of you do, and just focus on selling vinyl decals. That way I would avoid investing in a heat press. This one is a good quality heat press, but this one, I think we paid about almost $1,800, so a big investment. So that's the reason I would recommend to get the Cameo 4 Pro, and I would stay away from investing in the vector software, which is CorelDRAW, the one we use, and that one's more expensive than this vinyl cutter. This vinyl cutter will cost you a little bit under $300. And like I've seen them on Amazon, they are like $250, $260, something like that. And I've seen the software CorelDRAW right now, it's like $450, so it's almost twice what you would pay for this little vinyl cutter. And that's the reason I recommend that you guys get a Cameo, because you could vector the images using Silhouette Studio. I'm gonna leave a link where we'll show you how we vector some images. And yeah, make sure you check it out too. The next step would be to actually save money and not spend it all, but save more money towards not getting that nor this one. What I would actually do, I think, is the Graphic CE 7130, which is, let me check I actually have a sheet here with all the information. Is the CE 7130, which is 50 inches. I just want to make sure that I give the right information, because I'm sure someone's going to leave, no, you said it wrong. And that's another topic that I want to talk about. When you first start doing something, either investing in a business or starting a channel, you will get criticized. And that's one of the things that stopped me from actually doing this, because I was afraid what people would think about if we failed, what people would think about our first videos. And I'm going to leave you some comments that we've got. And the reason I'm making or leaving the comments is not to for people to feel sorry for us, because we're not sorry. Actually, since we uploaded our first video, we knew this was going to happen. And the reason I'm showing you this is because I just want to inspire you to take action, even if people criticize you. Even if something goes wrong, at least it is your choice. At least you'll be glad that you decided to take that step, because you made a mistake, but it was your own decision, not someone else's decision. But actually, for every 100 comments, probably one of them is a negative comment, and most of them are positive or just regular comments, but most of them are people thanking us for recording the process, even though we make mistakes. So here in the video, you can see that we were actually using the tape application rollers, not in the right way. We were using it the right way for the transfer, not to, when using the cameo cutter, to use the big rolls of vinyl. Okay, we have different rolls before we cut them. We have 12-inch and we also have the 15-inch. The cutting area, it's only 12 inches, but you can still use a bigger roll. Of course, we're gonna use our transfer application or applicator rollers, whatever they're called. Make sure you get it through the links in the description of the video. It'll make it a lot easier. Okay, the first thing I'm gonna do, I'm gonna make sure, just pay attention, and as you guys can see here, we have some alignments, and then it looks straight, and now I'm gonna push this button, and I'm gonna feed it now. Just pay attention to how much the vinyl moves on the sides, and it's moving just a little bit, not too bad. Okay, it stopped moving. Now we got plenty of area. We can now start cutting our vinyl. And this is the reason why you need to get these rollers. The rollers that we have here makes it a lot easier. Okay, I'm sending our first color. And the settings that we have for the vinyl cutter, the cut force 10, speed about 8 or 6 or 8, and the blade is the number 3. I didn't add any weeding boxes, since you will see the design in just a minute. This is the reason why you need to align it. It's only 22 inches long, I believe, and about 7 tall. So we got plenty of area on the sides in case our vinyl moves a little bit. And the cool thing about this vinyl cutter, if you guys see here, it has the cutting strip here, not the cutting strip or the blade or whatever to cut it, but I'll show you that in just a minute, in case you're not familiar with this vinyl cutter. Okay, it's gonna send it to the front. Now we gotta bring it to the back again. Okay, and once we get, okay, I think that's good. Maybe I'm gonna save a little bit. I'm gonna send it to the back a little bit, or the front. Perfect cut. We're gonna wait for a vinyl cutter to finish cutting the next colors, but let's talk about the dates of the investment and how long it took us to leave our jobs. So the investment was on April the 8th, 2015, and it was almost $4,000, actually a little bit over $4,000, because we also had to buy the Vector software. And to leave our jobs, it took about 4 years, and the dates are very important. I'll get to that in just a minute. And about the dates, I remember one time my brother Eduardo was sitting at home with us. We were having dinner, and we were just talking about business and what we wanted to do in the future. And he said something for his birthday, the best gift or present that he could ever give to himself would be leaving his job on his birthday. And guess what? That's exactly what he did. And that's where my idea came from. I wanted to do the same thing. I wanted to give myself the best present that I could ever get, and that would be leaving my job on my birthday. Time to do our blue color. And a little secret, we almost ran out of it, at least for this size. We have plenty of the other color, the other rolls, the bigger rolls. But yeah, we had just enough for this project, for the cameo cutter. The little square or rectangle that you guys see in the center is one of the weeding boxes. And this is the way, if you want to make it easier for yourself, add those weeding boxes, okay? Just wanted to show you something real fast here. Small details. You guys see my finger is a little small and the details are really small, and we were able to get them with the Cameo cutter. We're going to use our transfer roller and our tape clear choice AT75, and we have to make sure that we use it correctly. And here's one thing that I want to point out. The more you use it, the easier it gets. And before you actually unroll it, make sure that, just pay attention, make sure it's aligned. And our transfer is a little bit bigger than the vinyl, or way bigger, like probably 2-3 different inches difference in between them. And I think it looks good. I can start working with this. I'm gonna push it down, our squeegee, and start from here. Work your way slowly but surely. This is good for medium-sized projects. Maybe will not work for big projects. Now I'm gonna cut it from here so we can finish applying our transfer. And I'm gonna roll it back, and just like that. Perfect. Easy weasy. We're ready to apply our vinyls. The one we're gonna do first is the red one, since it's the biggest one. And our magnets are, the brand that we use are the Magnum Magnetics. Perfect. Like that. I'm gonna use the cutting knife. I'm gonna do a dry application too. All right, I'm gonna start with this part here. Start from the center. Okay, we got the bottom part. I don't have to worry about the vinyl or the sticker moving around. I can just get rid of this, put it on the side. I think I'm gonna use it for the next one. And then I can start with this part here. Can get rid of this one. Perfect. All right, I'm gonna remove the R-Tape Clear Choice. I'm gonna do it slowly. Remember, our transfer is a little bit aggressive. Just do it slowly, take your time. Okay, now I'm gonna apply the next color, and let me show you something here. We lost one of the registration marks, which is not a big deal. I'm gonna do one side, and then I'm gonna measure on the other side. Just use the other magnets as reference, and I'm gonna expose this registration mark here. Okay, and I'm gonna start with this one here, and then I'm gonna measure it on this side here. I'm gonna use the tape here. Continue doing a dry application, and yeah, I'm going to start with the bottom part. I should have put the tape probably a little bit up higher, which is not a big deal. I'm going to use my cutting knife, and the idea is just to secure the bottom part of the sticker. Put it like that, and then I'm going to put this corner down, and then I can start working with this part here. Okay, I'm going to remove this tape. I'm going to get rid of that. And then I'm going to secure this area here first to the side. And then work around with this. I'm going to get rid of this now. Now we're gonna repeat the same steps for the next layer of vinyl, which is the black color. But one thing I wanna point out here, we could have saved a lot of material. We could have cut them individually. I'm talking about the silhouette for each avatar. We could have done them independently and use rapid tag like the way we're gonna do for the next layer of vinyl. So that's something I wanted to point out. And I'm gonna use plenty of rapid tag, and I'm gonna cover the logo here too with this, and I'm just going to use just my eyes to align it. I think it looks good there. Yeah, perfect. Finally taking shape. We're facing some challenges, which is not a big deal. Okay, we finally got done. I mean, almost done. Gotta remove the last transfer. And it's coming out really good. I think we got it. Now I get to remove the registration marks and just use a whittle, and you can just lift one corner. Perfect. Now I gotta remove the last one, and yeah, we'll show you the end result in just a minute. By the way, if you guys are wondering about the shirt that I'm wearing, I would like to invite you to our second channel in English, where we'll talk about how to create content for YouTube, and we're going to share with you all the things that we have learned. We'll also talk about starting a business, not just a decal business, but what we use, or the method that we use to start our own business. So there's going to be a link in the description of the video to the channel, and also on the first comment we'll also leave the link to our second channel. I appreciate the support. Thank you. Before we go, just want to let you know what type of materials and equipment we use for this project. If you have a small budget or a medium-sized budget and you want to start your business, this is definitely a good investment or a good vinyl cutter that you should get. We have the Cameo 4 vinyl cutter, and the magnets that we use were the Magnum Magnetics. The vinyl that we used was the Oracle 651. Our transfer, the Art Tape Clear Choice AT75. We use them rapid tag, cutting mats, and a very handy tool that we have here, the application roller, and we also use them to hold the vinyl as you saw in the video. And if you guys want to keep supporting our channel, make sure you get your materials in the link in the description of the video. We appreciate it. Thank you so much, and we'll see you until the next time, okay?